Christian, what will it take for the Yankees to go far in 2025?
Look, the first thing, and I've actually changed my opinion from earlier in the year on this. In April, May, I was saying I don't think we can win a World Series without Devin Williams pitching in those big moments. And, while I think it was right at the time, with how much they got at the trade deadline and the continued struggles, I'm at the point where, like, I know how it's going to go if he pitches in the postseason for us, Ryan. I can already see how the season ends. He ended the Brewers season, I think that was last year. It it's not going to work. And I say this because I know that the Yankees are out on him in high leverage spots right now, but even if he goes 30 scoreless innings, Ryan, just keep him there. And it sucks because he was an asset, but I just don't think you can pitch him in those big spots down the line, whether it's in the playoff hunt or even in the playoffs, because I think we all know how that's going to go. And you have enough relievers where you don't necessarily need another high leverage guy. So it's going to be tough, but I think you kind of just have to shadow ban him for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Christian, I wonder if he even stays on the roster because you have Fernando Cruz, Ryan Yarbrough coming back, and Yeri De Los Santos has pitched really well. So do you really want to
He
keep
will stay
him
on the
off the
roster.
roster?
He will, yeah.
I'm not so sure that Devin Williams stays on the roster. There's guys coming in. I could see the Yankees parting ways and DFAing him. They very well could keep him on the roster, see how that goes. But in my mind, he has to be pitching really well to even be on the postseason roster. Because where else are you going to use him other than mop up situations? That doesn't really make sense. The good news for the Yankees is it seems they found a little bit of success with David Bednar being the closer, Weaver kind of the setup man, seventh, eighth inning, and then mixing in Doval as well. So that's been good for the Yankees. But look, what is it going to take for the Yankees to go far? Their starting rotation needs to get fixed. That's the bottom line. Max Fried has to start pitching better. Aaron Boone said today that he doesn't think it's the blister. Who knows if that's it? He said it was command. Max Fried has to start pitching better. Carlos Rodon has to start pitching better too. Will Warren's looked good. So if the Yankees rotation could pitch like it did in the first half, at least Fried and Rodon, that would certainly help the Yankees. And the bottom line, the ultimate thing is the Yankees have to play clean baseball. They have to play winning baseball. That's something they haven't done in over 2 months now. Will they be able to do that? I'm not sure. Their schedule does get easier. I do think the Yankees find a way to get into the postseason, maybe as the final wild card team, maybe as the second wild card team, first wild card team. Who knows? I just don't know if they can really beat a contender right now. I don't like how they look up against Houston. I don't look how they look up against Toronto or Boston. I just think they're completely outmatched right now. So I think it's going to take the Yankees to go on a run. They have a talented roster. Who knows? Maybe they can do it. But right now, even though I do see the Yankees making the playoffs, I can't see them going far at all. I don't even know if they could get out of the first round right now from what we've seen. But they've been beat up on the Twins the other night. They do beat up on the Twins in general. So if they can beat these bad teams, that's going to help their chances to get into the postseason and hopefully do some damage.
Yeah, and when we say go far, I think we're talking about making a deep run in the playoffs too. We should be in the playoffs. I don't Getting to the playoffs is no accomplishment. It's how do we get out of that wild card, past the division series? A big one's Judge too, and obviously it goes without saying that he needs to be good. And even though I'm gonna say it, and there's not really any concerns there. I know he's just come back off the IL a little bit slow. We know he's going to be good. He's going to be beyond good. But I'm excited for, obviously the goal was the division. But if the Yankees are a wild card team and then you're going right from the regular season to the wild card and then right from, if they move on, the wild card to the ALDS, we've seen Judge kind of have some struggles in the postseason and when coming back from injuries. I do wonder if that no break might help him a little bit. And I
Mm.
also think if and when the Yankees win a World Series in this Judge era, I think that postseason Judge is just going to be on fire and pretty much dominate. So look, the Yankees are a very scary team when Judge is hot, and
Yeah.
if he can get hot going right into the playoffs, you just can't stop the Yankees lineup. So,
Yeah.
obviously that's kind of a fantasy, but it is something to think about and something I do store in the back of my mind and have a little bit of hope
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, I think the hope, if you're a Yankee fan, is look, Giancarlo Stanton's had an unbelievable season. I mean, since coming off the IL, the guy's just been unbelievable, Christian. Seems like he's hitting a home run every single day. And last season, he put the Yankees on his back and carried them to the World Series. So I guess if you're a Yankees fan, you know this team is not good with the fundamentals. They haven't shown they could win a big series really all season. I think your hope, or how the Yankees have to look at it, and as a fan, how you have to look at it is look, you need Giancarlo Stanton to go nuclear like he did last year. You hope that Judge can be there right with him and go nuclear, and that Rodon and Free can get going. I think that's the winning formula on how the Yankees can get to the World Series. They have to hit home runs. They lead all of baseball in home runs. If the Yankees lineup doesn't hit home runs, they won't win games. And we've seen that since coming out of the All Star break. Their offense hasn't been that great because they haven't been able to produce the long ball. Now, on the year, they still have a good offense, but I think, that's the formula for the Yankees to go far in October. It's to get Judge and Stanton going. And Christian, you touched on the Yankees potentially winning a World Series, with Aaron Judge as a captain, and that World Series run would have to have Judge going and be at the front of things. That's kind of similar of 2009. A-Rod was not good in the postseason at all for the Yankees until 2009. He went on that unbelievable run and carried the Yankees to the World Series. Maybe that happens for Judge. Maybe it's the same path, but it's going to be interesting to see. And we're starting to wind down here on the Major League season. And going to be interesting to see who the Yankees are playing, if they're playing anyone, when it comes to October.